spent 3.5 weeks with her, and I was at lunch with her, and she said, "What's your dream?" I said, I want to help kids, but I don't know where, I don't know what. And she says, "I tell you what," she says, "you'll know when you see their faces." She said, "You'll daydream about them, you'll see them, you won't shake." And I thought I was going to get wrecked for Mozambique, and I wasn't. I was there, it was beautiful, I loved it, but she said, "When you see these faces, you're going to get wrecked." And then a couple minutes later, she said, "I see you in Southeast Asia." And I thought, I would say it's this lady, she's a very well respected lady, prophetic lady, amazing lady, friend of heaven. But I thought to myself, "Way, you missed it. There's no way I'm going to Southeast Asia." I thought, no way. And that was in 2008. It was on his first birthday. I celebrated his birthday in Dublin, jumped on a plane and went over there. And that whole trip I struggled because the struggle was I knew we wanted to work with kids overseas somewhere, but could I really do it? I'm in a very remote part of Africa, in Pemba. And you don't get food. It's very poor. It's very, very remote. And it was a place where I wrestled with God. Every night I would cry, I would wrestle. And it really, I got to be honest with you, what it came down to, one of my hardest decisions is saying yes to going on the mission field, to really give him my life. It was not about me, but it was about my little baby boy. It was my firstborn. He's a year old, and I had all my dreams for him. And I thought, I'm going to have to give up all those dreams. And it was easy to give up my own dreams. It was not easy to give up his. And that's what I wrestled with most when I was there. And honestly, what I wrestled with the most in those 3 weeks in Africa was one thing, was my dream that he would play Little League. And I had to come to the point to say, my son maybe never will play Little League. I got to be honest, that was the toughest thing for me. I would have bullets fly in my eye. I don't care. I would go anywhere. I'd give my life. No problem. That was the hardest thing for me to do. And I said yes on that. And it's hard because you're saying it for your kid. You're not saying it for you. Yeah. And in the Lord's mercy and grace, before we went on the mission, when he was 4 years old, he got to play Little League. And he was the best. He was MVP. And we got to come back for extended time 2 years later. And he got to play again for another season, again with MVP. And now you know what he wants to do? We're getting ready to start Little League in Cambodia. Yeah.
Just simply, Holy Spirit told me to ask you because that's what I have been struggling with. Yeah. That's my goal. In Christ and the kingdom is to help children. I too was a victim of human trafficking, so I know the pain, I know the hurt.
Yes.
I thought that I was just an unruly child and was kind of doing what I wanted to do, but as time went on, I realized I was preyed on as a child by these people.
Predators.
And Holy Spirit really led me here. To even hear this because I had been struggling with that, saying, "Well, Lord, I have all these kids, I have a husband. I don't have time to go nation to nation. I know it's my dream, that's what I want to do for you and your people, but I can't do it with all of this." And he kept saying, "You can worship me, you can please me anywhere, in any circumstances." And God has really been moving in me and really been changing and molding my character. He's done a lot for us, in the past couple of months, and all I had to do was surrender. And when I surrendered, he just showed up and showed out, Me and my family, we've been homeless for 5 years, and we couldn't find a place because, I had an eviction on my record. And when I surrendered, it was like he cleared the eyes of the creditors.
Isn't that amazing?
And we got into a place. It's not, it hasn't been easy where we at because we're doing a lot of work to the place. But I keep thinking of what it's going to be when we fix it up and make it our own. Our kids have our own bed, their own beds. We have a vehicle. God has just been doing wonders in our life. For him to leave me here and say, go pay your tithes. I'm a minister at my church, and I feel sometimes I might not do it at my church. So for him to say, get up, go. This is where you're going to pay your tithes. This is what you're going to do. Because I have something. Just this dial of information that you've given me has given me confirmation and strength, to keep going and keep pushing that. God is going to come through. If I just continue to press through. He always tells me, if you praise your way through, most definitely I will come and see about you.
Amen.
He said, I live to, come for those who praise their way through every circumstance.
That's right.
You can say, oh, thank you, God. Oh, but when it gets tough, when it gets rough, do you still say, Lord, I trust you?
That's
Lord,
right.
I surrender. Lord, my answer is still yes to you.
Yes.
So, I thank you because my answer is just confirmation. Lord, my answer still is yes. If you never bless me, I still
Still say
serve.
yes. That's right.
Oh,
Word. That's such a good word. Oh, that jives. That's good. I mean, that's like, bam.
Brother Mark.
Yes.
All through this service, I've been waiting for an opportunity. The Lord spoke a word to you,
Yeah.
to me about you through the whole service. And I'm glad that you said what you said because I've been waiting for it. I saw you go in a closet. It was the most peculiar thing. You went in the closet. It was actually a rather large closet, and you were putting on garments. And you would get frustrated, and you would throw them off. And I could see that there was people that you were putting on garments that somebody else had put on for you to wear.
Oh,
Right? And they just didn't seem to fit. It was a struggle, and you would wear them for a while, but you would take them back off. And then I saw the Lord, and he said, I'm given a specific garment. And he hung up a garment, and God said to tell you that all that has been before, all the garments that you wore before, and some of them, you did it out of an act of service. But this one, and they didn't fit, by the way, because they were trying to make you wear something that God himself didn't put on you. I'm making sense to you, right? But this garment, God said, this is your season, and you're going to be dressed. And he's going to put that garment on you, and it will fit so perfectly that you will walk in that he has dressed you in, not what man is.
wow. That's good.
confirms everything that's really been going on, you know. And God told me when I surrendered, you're stepping into your season, get ready to reap your harvest because, you know, not many people get knocked down and be able to get back up, you know. And we've been knocked down time after time after time. But I made a vow to God, you know, and he always said, don't make a promise to God that you're not going to keep. And I made a promise, Lord, no matter how many times I fall, I'm going to get back up. I'm going to slay every demon that comes my way because God said that I have given you a gift of such a rare, precious anointing over your life that souls are going to be won back into the kingdom. There are lives at stake, and I need you to stay on board. I need you to complete the mission. God said, don't abort your mission before it's time.
That's right.
And had I look back and see, had I aborted my mission 7 months, and I'm so glad because 7 is the number of completion. So within 7 months, all these things have happened. And I look back and say, God, had I aborted my mission when I was ready to give up and going in my closet and just like, I can't do this, that I aborted my mission, I wouldn't have lived to just see this moment. I've been through a lot to where God said that if you go back, it's death. And that's enough for me. I'm just like, okay, I'm going to stay on this train. I ain't going to get off. You know, thank you guys for the word. You know, it really is confirmation because it was kind of like, God, I don't know. And he said, no, go and do it. And even now, as I gave my offering, you know, he said, this is where you're going to pay your tithes. And I'm like, well, I pay mine at my own church. He said, no, I have a reason for it. This is what you're going to do. And so I sent my husband to the car and said, okay, you know, I'm Holy Spirit, whatever you say, you know, I'll do. You know, my answer is just simply yes, you know.
Praise
and
God.
I look forward to, you know, starting my own ministries overseas and, you know, helping out and just being a part of the kingdom. You know? I want to walk on golden pavements. You know?
Come on.
I want my jewels on my crown.
Come on.
You know,
Yeah.
I'm happy with whatever he gives me, but if I can work harder to get 10 of them on
Yep.
here, I'm fine.
Yep.
And I want to have a
Yep.
location. And I just want to forever worship him,
Yeah.
you know, because he's been so great to me. Never was I worthy of anything that he's done for me, but because, you know, he still keeps blessing me, I would never say no. You know?
That's awesome.
Praise
That's
God.
awesome. Great
Where
word.
have you been trafficking? Where part of the area?
Bay Area. No, it was out here.
Oh,
Yeah.
in San Francisco.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah. Well, yeah, just, again, you're right there. Wear that vision on your heart. That's what we did. I had nothing. We don't come from money, education. I got a semester of college, you know, and I didn't have anything. And my wife and I, we just began to, as the Lord put it, we had the pieces. It didn't make sense, but we just talked about it. We got it in our heart. And he started getting a passport. You want to do something overseas? I tell people first thing, start working for a passport. So I don't know where I'm going. Doesn't matter. You know you're going to need a passport. Well, make that your goal. You know, start getting passports for the kids and for the family. And I tell you, this is part of it today because it's about people. God will bring the people. And I want to tell you today, we'll help you whatever we can. So keep our information. You can stay in contact with us. And I love for my wife to connect with you. And we would love to stay in contact, and anything we can do to help you with your dreams, we would love to do that. So, cool? Awesome, awesome, awesome. Woo! Well, Brother Kim, I think that's just good stuff right there. So, yes. Yeah, thank you, Jesus. So, I'll let you have it. And I would like to pray with people, but I want to let you, if you want to close or anything like that, you can. And then we can certainly pray and whatever Lord leads. Whew, that's a good day.